If you clicked on this video, I already know two things about you. One is you're probably a beginner or re-beginning your exercise routine. Or two, you want to develop some strength in your core. So lucky for you, that's exactly what we are going to do in today's video. So we're going to talk about 3 specific exercises that we use with real clients here. First one is what we call our dead bug. This is our foundational core exercise that we use. Why? Because we believe it helps us teach our stack position. It's the foundation. Our strength moves, our power moves, it's the foundation of everything, right? And our stack position is really us just talking about being able to stack the pelvis and the rib cage on top of each other. No, I'm not talking like a sandwich stack. What I mean is just putting those in a good spot so that we can successfully recruit and coordinate the movements that we're trying to do. So dead bug, super easy. You're gonna actually start on your back. Legs are gonna be up in the air and they're essentially forming a 90-degree angle. So knees are just basically stacked on top of the hips. Legs are bent. And we want our knees a little bit wider than the actual foot position. Hands are gonna reach straight up towards the ceiling. Here's where the stack position comes in. We wanna think about what we call a little bit of a posterior tilt or a little bit of a tuck. And it's almost like you're putting a little bit of light pressure of the lower back into the ground. So from here, we're gonna take a big inhale, strong exhale, and we're gonna send the opposite hand and the opposite leg straight out. As we do this, what we wanna make sure we can do is maintain that low back position. Again, not letting that rise off the floor. We're keeping our stack position that we talked about earlier. As we send the leg and the hand, we want a good exhale. That exhale allows us to begin to recruit through the abdominals that we've talked about. People want to know why is a dead bug something we even do? Why is it important? As I mentioned to you earlier, for us, it's teaching the stack position, which translates into everything that we do, from our strength-based moves like squats, push-ups, and rows, to our power moves like jumps, medicine ball throws. It is the foundation of understanding posture and position within all of those. The second piece is like, well, can I get the same thing out of a crunch? Okay, we think crunches are a little bit overrated, right? Because we're just often exacerbating this flex position that we all live in. In this case, within the dead bug, we're actually asking you to resist motion in certain ways. We're resisting motions of the spine or compression of the spine, which often is what causes the back pain that a lot of us are feeling. Next up, we have what we call a suitcase carry. Now, I'm not talking about what you're doing when you're in the airport. I'm actually talking about an exercise that we use, as simple as carrying a weight in one hand and going for a walk. All right, we'll typically program for a certain amount of distance with this. Well, why? Why, Billy? Why am I doing this? Well, for us, let's think about the biomechanics or the physics of this. When I hold a weight in one hand, where does that weight want to pull me? Yeah, it wants to pull me down towards the floor. So I got to actually resist on the opposite side or the opposite abdominal side so I can maintain my center of mass or maintain my posture. I'm recruiting on that opposite side. I'm doing a little bit of work. Again, this isn't you on your back and doing all those side crunches we've all seen at the gym. Maybe a time and place for those things. But for us, we want this to apply to real life. How often are we going through life having to pick something off the floor, having to carry something, having to grab something? We need to teach the body how to stabilize that pelvis when we're in an off-center position. Welcome to the suitcase carry. Last but not least, we have our bear crawl hold. The bear crawl is critical for us and just what we talked about with the dead bug. But now we're flipping it, right? So now we put you where you're actually facing the floor, but you got to understand and have the ability to maintain your stack position. There's a ton of progressions that we can use within here, but just being able to get in this, hold it, maintain, and then challenge it through some breathing and one little small piece I'll show you with a wall can make this one of the harder core exercises that you could possibly do. It's really simple. So in this case, I'm gonna show you with a wall engagement. So you're gonna actually put your feet up against the wall, pressing hard into the wall. Hands are gonna be directly underneath the shoulders. Just like the dead bug, your knees are gonna be a little bit wider than the feet. Feet should be just roughly shoulder width. From here, you're gonna lift the knees an inch off the ground and hold. You're gonna feel your belly button wants to drop, right? Creating this sort of pressure through the low back. Again, maintain that slight tuck of the hips or posterior tilt that we talked about. Here's the next important piece. It's the breathing. You want a big inhale through the nose, good strong exhale, and let that breath go a little bit longer than you usually do. That's where the abs are gonna have to come on and to help recruit and stabilize you in this position. Take the tension out of the neck, continue to work through with some of the breathing, and I promise you, if you're doing it right, you're gonna feel those abs kick on and have to work. You might be saying, hey, Billy, well, where are the crunches? Where are my side bends? My flutter kicks? Guys, I promise you, do these, you're going to bulletproof your core. You're gonna set yourself up for more advanced progressions down the road. And the best part is you're not gonna put yourself in pain. If you got value out of this, give us a like. Seriously, just click, super easy, please click. If you wanna know more about developing your core, check this video out right here.